Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. So we all know that the UK government has already published their immigration white paper on 12th May 2025. And I guess you have already listened to different views, opinions and discussions about these white paper proposals. However, through this video, I will be looking into the key 8 proposals that have been put forward by the white paper. So I'll be looking into the research briefing that has been published by UK Parliament, and that is the purpose of this video. So if you have not yet subscribed our channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. So without further delay, let's look at the document, which is Changes to UK Visa and Settlement Rules after the 2025 Immigration White Paper, published on 21st May 2025. So this is a research briefing published by House of Commons Library. So this has mentioned that on 12 May 2025, the government published a white paper policy document called Restoring Control over the Immigration System, as we all know. So, and also we have done a video based on that white paper as well. And the document proposed some changes to make it harder to move to and settle in the UK with a view to reducing immigration. So we all know that the purpose of the white paper is to reduce the immigration in the UK. However, the dates when these proposals are going to be implemented have not yet been confirmed by the government, and a white paper does not by itself alter the law or the immigration rules. So it clearly says that white paper is not a law. The white paper includes the proposals that the government is planning to implement in the future. So it puts forward changes the government intends to make in future. This means that not all the details about these proposals, including when they will come into force, are available yet. So we are still waiting for these information. And the next section explains what changes does the May 2025 Immigration White Paper propose. As I mentioned at the start of this video, this document has explained about key 8 proposals. So the 8 proposals are detailed enough to be quantified. That is, civil servants have included some rough illustrations of how much they might reduce net migration. So there is a specific PDF explaining the rough illustrations of how much they might reduce net migration, but I won't be looking into that through this video. I'll be looking into that with a different video. So as I mentioned, I will be focusing more on the 8 proposals of the white paper. So the first proposal is shortening the list of jobs for which employers can sponsor a worker from overseas for a skilled worker visa. So this first proposal is directly related with the skilled worker visas. So jobs assessed as being medium skilled, which means RQF level 3, cannot be filled from overseas unless the Migration Advisory Committee recommends an exemption and the industry is demonstrating efforts to recruit domestically. So with this proposal, the government aims to lift the skill level for skilled worker visas to RQF level 6. And the second proposal is ending an existing exemption for social care workers. Employers will no longer be allowed to recruit them from abroad. So social care workers will not be eligible to recruit from abroad, and still, however, there is chance for workers who are applying within the UK. And then the third proposal is exploring a levy on universities' income from international student fees, so that universities who are offering student visas will be affected, so that if you are planning to apply for student visas, so there is an impact on you. Then the fourth proposal is making it harder for universities to keep their license to sponsor student visas by introducing tougher compliance rules. So these rules have been detailed in the white paper as well, so that universities will need to comply with these rules and regulations in order to maintain their sponsor license to sponsor students. And then the next proposal is reducing the standard length of the graduate visa for international students to stay on and work in the UK from 2 years to 18 months. So we know that as for now, the post-study work visa's time duration is 2 years, and with this proposal, the government is planning to reduce it to 18 months. Then the next proposal is the English language rules. So the strict English language rules, higher standards for those taking language tests and requiring the partners of people moving to the UK on work visas to have basic English to qualify for a dependent visa. So as for now, we know that dependents are not required to undertake any English language test because they are eligible once the main applicant is eligible for the visa. However, with this proposal, they are planning to introduce English language requirement test for partners as well. Then the next proposal is increasing the standard qualifying period for permanent residents, also known as indefinite leave to remain or settlement, from 5 to 10 years, with some people qualifying sooner based on criteria yet to be decided. So out of the proposals, this is the mainly discussed proposal, as the plan is to increase the ILR time period to 10 years. However, they have mentioned that there will be exemptions for this based on the point-based system, and they have not yet published information about the point-based system. And the last key proposal is making it easier for people to come to the UK on certain visas aimed at highly skilled migrants such as the global talent and high potential routes. So they will still be focusing on attracting highly skilled workers from abroad, as they have understood the importance of attracting highly skilled employees to the UK. So this is the only measure of the 8 designed to increase immigration, whereas all the other 7 proposals are focusing on reducing the immigration. So these are about the key 8 proposals that they have listed in the immigration white paper. And it says that most of these changes can be made by amending the immigration rules. So it says they do not require an act of parliament or statutory instrument except for the levy on student fees. So they can introduce these proposals through amending immigration rules. Then the next section is about when will the changes be coming in. So this is the question that most of us have. However, it clearly says there is no fixed date for any of the white paper's proposals to come into force. As for now, there is no fixed date for any of the proposals. An accompanying press release says they will come in over the course of this parliament, which means between now and 2029. But some will be introduced in the coming weeks. And much of the media attention and questions from constituents have focused on the proposal to extend the qualifying period for indefinite leave to remain. The white paper says there will be a consultation on this later this year, meaning that there will not be changes straight away. So according to this, it says that there will be a public consultation based on the qualifying period for indefinite leave to remain, so that after the public consultation, changes will come into effect. Then the next section, will migrants have to wait 10 years for indefinite leave to remain? The standard qualifying period for permanent residents will be increased under the government's proposals. The default will be settlement after 10 years rather than 5 years at present, but some people will be able to qualify earlier. So there will be exemptions, as I mentioned earlier. Under this earned settlement proposal, there will be a shorter pathway than 10 years for people who have made point-based contributions to the UK economy and society. However, the white paper does not say how these points would be earned or how much of a reduction on the 10-year qualifying period would be available. So these information have not yet been released by the UK government, and they will be released in the future. These issues are likely to be covered in the promised consultation. Then the next section discusses about which visa categories will be affected by the longer qualifying period. So there are explicit exemptions for partners of British citizens who will continue to qualify for settlement after 5 years, and for victims of domestic abuse. In addition, people with post-Brexit residence rights under the EU settlement scheme have the right to permanent residence after 5 years. So it says that these two types of visas still be eligible to apply for indefinite leave to remain after 5 years. However, they have not mentioned about the other visas, and still waiting for the information regarding other types of visas and how they will be eligible for indefinite leave to remain. So these are the key things that have been discussed through this research briefing, and they have put forwarded the 8 key proposals of the white paper, and they have mentioned that there is no fixed date confirmed yet regarding the implementation of these proposals as well. So we are still waiting for more information regarding the implementation of these rules in future. As soon as we get more information, we will bring you more videos as well. So see you soon with a new video.